Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss Pre-Market Report for Wednesday, July 26, 2017. Today is FOMC day. We're going to get the FOMC statement. We're going to get the Fed interest rate decision, and it's also crude oil inventories. So there's a few catalysts here to watch out for later on today. Right now, ES is still holding above the 2460s, 2462 zone, remains in quite a bullish advance, and continues to appear strong. Nothing's really changing. The current outlook here, this thing continues to trend higher, continues to push higher toward those upper targets from the low of the month. So here's the low of the month, the green dotted line. If you project and forecast 100% of average monthly range over the last 10 months, you're going to get 2492s. So right now we still have more upside here, as we still have several days left in the month, 3+ today. So we could be looking at much more strength here into 2492, perhaps into 2400 by the end of the month. Again, it's all based off the 2460. Any failure to hold 2460 may lead to a pullback or some sort of counter rotation. But right now, all things are pointing to the upside. If we take a look at the intraday has been quietly bullish here overall. If we bring up the 512 tick chart, see a little bit more view here. Early strong strength here, now holding over the last couple of days here. Again, pull back to the previous session's mid and the weekly VWAP and the push up. So right now we have a little bit of a range from 72 up to about 79. Counter trend edge down here, 72 is a great buy. Up here, failure to hold above 79 could offer a short-term counter trend rotation. Everything's trending up, so again, this spot down here makes for the best opportunity for a short-term buy. Let's take a look at crude oil. Here's a look at crude on a higher time frame. Crude got a significant squeeze late in the session yesterday. Big time squeeze in the last hour or two of the session. Big time push up. I mentioned before that holding this 43.76 was going to be important for a shot at reaching the midpoint of the range, which is 48.76. And even with yesterday's big squeeze, we still are very, very close but shy of that level. So that was the level that back here, when we were looking for a trap, we were looking for this thing to squeeze into that target. And it fell shy, pulled back again, and then went again. Fell shy, pulled back, and now it's still almost there. So this is a big time target up here, 48.76. We could even see a little bit more strength toward the upper end of the range up here near 51s, where we have a ledge. So right now, given the previous session's high range day, big trend day, especially late in the day, we could see a digestion day here today. We could see a pullback toward the midpoint of the previous session, in which case that mid would likely be defended on a short-term basis by bulls. So keep an eye on that mid, that's 47.52. Looking at the intraday chart, again, after a high range day and a big squeeze, you tend to see digestion the following session. So big trend day up. Right now you're seeing a little bit more digestion. You can see the LVN here. So again, this could be a fade the edges type of day with an upward bias. So every time we see a new low down here, it could be a short-term fade back to value. All right, let's take a look now at gold futures. Here's a look at gold. We'll bring up the higher time frame. And in looking at gold in the higher time frame, you'll notice here that we've had a big time rally, and it went precisely to our two targets. We had 1250, which is this line right here. And then we also have 1259, which is this line right here. Very nice push up into those targets. We hit 59 right on the button and have pulled back. Now, after this pullback here, we could be looking at a buy the dip opportunity. Given the quick upflow here, we knew that there could be, after hitting 59s, there could be a counter swing against value. This counter swing could lead to some support, perhaps off 1240, maybe off 1236. And then we could see the counter move back up where it tests 1259. We could see that a few times here. So right now, watching for the pullback, watching to see how deep it goes, perhaps as low as 1236 over the next day or two, but that could be a short-term buying opportunity back to 1259. All right, let's take a look at the NQ. The NQ has been quite bullish as well. The previous session we saw signs of absorption here off the right edge of this zone over here, 49.38 to 49.40, 59.40, 59.42. Anywhere in that zone was being absorbed the previous session. We had a little bit of an inside day. You can see still coiling very, very tightly in that range. But overall, this thing has been very, very bullish, right? Failed new lows have been an opportunity to trap and rally, trap and rally. And so right now, this thing remains above 59.07.5, the top of the key range. And any failure to hold above that zone could lead to a counter trend move. But given the strength of this market here, any counter trend move is still likely to be defended. So right now, this thing is still bullish. It's holding at highs. If there's any push downward, watch for the failed range expansion, which could lead to a nice continuation. So we're watching for various signs here to see how this thing plays out. But this is always the zone where you have to be more patient. And this was a great squeeze. We looked for the squeeze. We were calling it ever since this thing was failing to hold below the previous month's low. We were looking for the squeeze up. That was the move. Now that we've gotten the move, it's now in a holding pattern, and we have to wait for the next move here to see how it plays out. So be patient up here as it continues to develop. All right, that's it for now. Let's see how this thing plays out heading into the rest of the session. Remember, we have FOMC later on this afternoon, 1 o'clock p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. We also have the EIA report for crude oil inventories later on this afternoon as well. All right, take care, and I'll see you soon.